A warning, we've seen these issues a few times on forums, so it's not common, but it's not unusual, and maybe it's related to high miles. So this owner had 170,000 miles on his engine, almost 20,000 miles. And what you see here, let me just give you the actual. So this is how it looks new, and this is an important component on the motor, on the engine. So notice these two round surfaces, contact commutator surfaces, which are made copper. These are in new condition, and notice here missing bits, but it's not just that, is that you see this kind of edge here. So this is because the center has worn out, completely worn. That's why you see this edge here. The center has kind of, it's less thick, it's thinner, and even at some point it got ripped off because the material was too thin to stay in place. And the person did get the code P0010. By the time he got the code, this is how it did look. And the problem with this is that it can also damage the timing chain. This is the location of that component. You have a cover, and this is a plug. Some people call this sensor. It's not a sensor, it's just a plug. What it does, it has these two brushes. So this is that part. This is inside. These two brushes just run across this surface. This is from outside, and this is just an electric motor. Inside it's the intake E-CVVT on top of the engine. You also have the timing chain running around, and when this thing goes bad and you throw that code, you may depends, sometimes you may catch it sooner, but if it's this bad, you may also have a stretched timing chain. Anyway, to replace this part, it's a timing chain job. You need to remove the timing chain as well. May as well replace it while there. Hyundai is quoting this around 2,500 to 3,000 US dollars. So like I said, it's not cheap. This is one of the problems, and there is a second problem I'll explain in a moment. We don't exactly know why it's happening this again. Remember, this is the only owner that told us the mileage on forums. The other didn't told us. We suspect it's a higher miles. Maybe, I'm just saying, maybe it happens when owners are kind of happier with their cars. They rev the engine more oftentimes. I'm not saying this is the reason. I'm just throwing this guess. But what I think it's more probable is that these brushes here were completely worn. Again, 120,000 miles. So it's not supposed to worn up like this, worn out like this. But if it's because the brushes were worn, it's possible that when the brush is worn, this is just an example of brush, then you ride on these springs, and they may still make electrical contact, but the spring material, it's much harder than the brush material. The brush material is graphite. It's supposed to be very soft. And by the way, don't try to give you an example. Yes, don't try to remove material. Don't try to level it. Never. I mean, it's going to be flat, but on other motors, it's round surface. Don't try to touch this. It should not need any cleaning or anything else. It's a very soft material, and that's what it have. It has the opposite contact material, copper, normally not wear like this, but possibly if this graphite piece is gone and you are riding on the metal, stainless steel or stainless spring, then given the speed of the rotation of this component, then you may start eating into the copper material, and then it's game over. So I was saying that one of the reasons perhaps is simply brush wear. You may want to remove this component, this cap here, inspect the length of the brushes. It's hard for me. I don't have one on hand. I cannot give you the the length of the new brush to compare. But since you remove the cap, maybe to just inspect, maybe worth just replacing it. And I'm giving you a warning, try to get a genuine part from Hyundai Kia, because it's the same from 2.4 and 2.0 turbo GDI engines from 2011, 2019, maybe for other models engines as well. Get a genuine one, so you are sure the brushes material is good, it's soft enough. Who knows, I'm just guessing, maybe if you get a cheap Chinese one, maybe the graphite is going to be harder, and then you start having this issue right away. So just don't take a chance for this component because it's an expensive repair. And to remove that part, it sits on top of the engine. This is the front of the car. Just look, sometimes I don't think you need to remove the plastic cover. You will sit on the left side. You have an engine mount here, and normally what Hyundai is doing is it's supporting somehow, but not under the oil pan, right? Because you are going to bend the oil pan, and that's a problem. You may starve your engine of oil. So just support the strong component on the left side of the engine, support the engine, remove this mount here, and you remove this cover from there. This is one thing. The other problem that happens, I have here a TSB from, this is actually Kia. Obviously they are using the same engine. And I'll link you a TSB from Hyundai, but the TSB from Kia, it's better writing. This happened on what you see here, it's oil, engine oil. And what happens is at the center, when you remove this cap, let me see if you see it. Normally this is a rubber cover, a small rubber cover. You can remove it, careful not to drop it. It has a small vent hole in the center. But this rubber cover is actually used to install inside a rubber cap, which I'll try to get through this technical bulletin here. So you will see here this is that the piece with brushes, and in the center there is a rubber cover. You remove that, there is a hole in the cap, and through that hole at the factory, this is the small cover, rubber cover. I would call it that way because I want to distinguish from the cap that sits inside. Inside you will have this cap, which is a seal, a rubber seal. So through that cover, through the hole in the cap here, in the cover, you have a seal, and that seal has been updated. And the reason for that is that, let me see, this is a tool that Hyundai is using to push the right amount, the right length, if you have position correctly, that you see the rubber cover outside is removed, and you see the small rubber cap seal, let's call it seal inside. It's an oil seal, it's important. And what happens is that, and there is an update, okay. So this is the original one, they say it's gray. This is the replacement one, they say it's darker black. This one in colder weather, so if you have winter time with some snow or colder than that, this thing may start leaking oil after a few years. In Canada, because I'm in Canada, we are so northern and it's colder, it has been a recall, it was replaced for free. But in the United States, I don't think, or I don't know, I'm not aware there was a recall for this. And still, especially in northern states, but why take a chance, you know? Don't take chances with this. Go ahead and replace it, baby. Bring it to Hyundai. It's going to cost a few hundreds of dollars, unfortunately, but you are safe from that point. So in Canada, it was replaced because under warranty, because it starts leaking oil. And what the oil does, it gets onto those two brushes. The brushes are on the cap, metal cap, and it fools the contact between the brushes and commutator. It throws that P0010 code, and because the E-CVVT no longer works properly, it damages the timing chain. So this oil is the second problem here, and it causes the same huge repair. So again, my advice, just try to get look in the comment section to get the link for this thing. Try to get the replacement upgraded part, which supposedly is no longer leaking oil. Hopefully so. Myself, what I did got it, but I also did sprayed with a Q-tip a little bit of RTV, gray RTV sealant gasket, if you want, just around here, so it's sealed there. So hopefully that would just in case this one does leak too after several years, you know. That's my suggestion here. Maybe upgrade this, and then just also remove this cap and inspect the brushes. And why not just replace this cap altogether, put a new one, a genuine one, and inspect the surface of the commutator here. And if you find this surface to have wear compared to the picture here, that gives you an idea. It's a bit difficult, I would say. There is about let's guess 1 to 2 millimeter thickness of copper that you have there. So if you find there is already some kind of groove here, you know, depends how old your car is, how long are you going to keep it, just maybe replace the this component right away, and you will not have at that moment, you will not need at that point to replace the timing belt as well. But just be aware of this. And I just finished this video by this is completely random what I'm going to say. I didn't test it. I'm just giving an idea which may or may not work. I'm just throwing this in the video. Maybe if you find there is some wear, just like this one, notice the center one seems to have less wear than the other one. Maybe you can just I don't know, maybe bring it to the garage, have some electrician, because electricians are skilled to replace these commutator surfaces. This one is different than on a motor, proper motor one, but maybe someone can just detach the copper and replace with fresh copper lining or something like this, and make the contacts. There are contacts underneath, and just kind of refurbish this in place without replacing the sprocket, because the sprocket, again, you need to open the side cover of the engine, remove the timing chain, and so it's a bigger job. Maybe there's a patch if you want, and then you just kind of try to put some glue underneath, a strong glue, maybe super glue or something like this. I'm just saying this. If someone is on a tight budget, maybe that's one of the ways that you try to get your car keep going for a while. Again, this is the center cap rubber seal right here that you see. This is about the depth that it sits in there, I think so. Hopefully, I don't know if the image is correct. It shows easily, properly, but keep in mind also that thing can leak oil and cause the same issue.